नमस्कार। श्री रामकृष्ण कथामृत तव कथामृतं तप्त जीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमंगलं श्रीमदादतं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। श्री रामकृष्ण कथामृतो प्रथम भाग द्वितीय खंडो पंचम परिच्छेद. And Sri M starts with this fifth chapter with a shloka from Bhagavad Gita. त्रिभिर्गुणमयैर्भावैः येभिः सर्वमिदं जगत् मोहितं नाभिजानाति मामेभ्यः परमं व्ययम्. This is 13th shloka from 7th adhyay of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Jnana Vijnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge and realization, the ultimate realization. And Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna about how the world has got deluded by the three gunas. Tribhir gunamayair bhavaihi ebhihi sarvamidam jagat. Tribhihi is by three. Gunamayehi, composed of these three gunas. Tribhihi, gunamayehi, bhavi, by natures. Ebhihi, these. Sarvam idam, all this. Jagat, the world. The entire world, which is composed of these three gunas. What has happened as a result of these three gunas? Mohitam, the world has got deluded. Na abhijanati, and as a result of this delusion, na abhijanati, they do not know. What they do not know? Mamebhyaha, I am. Mam is I, me. Ebhya, from them. Param, I am higher than these. I am beyond these. They do not know. And also avyayam. Param avyayam. I am beyond these, and I am avyayam is immutable. I cannot change. I cannot transform. There is no change for me. There is no mutation for me. So Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, deluded by these threefold gunas of sattva, rajas, tamas of Prakriti, this entire world does not know me, who am beyond these. I am beyond this world. I am beyond these gunas. I am Trigunatita. And therefore, since I am Trigunatita, I am also avyaya. I am immutable. Deluded by the three gunas, this world doesn't know this, that I am beyond all this. So while Sri Krishna has said this to Arjuna, Swami Chidbhavanandaji has quoted a very pertinent teaching of Sri Ramakrishna, pertinent to what Sri Krishna has told Arjuna in this shloka. Sri Ramakrishna says, Ishvara plays at assuming the different forms. He is a great magician. Remember these words. The universe and the beings in it are all his magic, created by his inscrutable power called Maya. The magician is real, while his magic is mere phantom. Sri Krishna says, this entire world gets deluded by the three gunas, which is in terms of what Sri Ramakrishna expresses it, that it is the magic created by the magician, the three gunas. But as Sri Krishna says, I am beyond all this. The magician never becomes part of his magic. He creates the magic. And Sri Krishna says, I am beyond these gunas. I am inchangeable. I am immutable. So likewise, Sri Ramakrishna has taught in this teaching that it is the magician only who is real. The magic is all false. I mean, it is a temporary phase. It changes. I mean, it keeps on. It is not a reality. The magic part is not. Only the magician is real. He is beyond all these three gunas. He is beyond his magic. He may do the magic. He may fool you. He may put a charm on you through his magic. He may keep you deluded by his magic. Magician is the ultimate reality. Now, in context of the same teaching of Sri Ramakrishna and this 13th shloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sri M continues this chapter, the 5th chapter, E Samsar Keno. Why this world exists. Now, Sri Ramakrishna explains further to Keshav and other Brahmo devotees. He has already started talking about his beloved mother Kali. He explained to us that how Kali sports in different ways. She plays as Mahakali, Nitya Kali, Shama Kali, Rakha Kali, Smoshan Kali. And then how she works. She creates this universe, she preserves it, she destroys it, and at the end of the one cycle of the universe destruction, what she does? She collects the seeds and puts it in her hodgepodge pot, locked under lock and key, safe deposit vault. And then, while starting the next creation, she again takes them out. That is her play. She likes to play this way. And Thakur gave us that example of the spider. How spider within its own body takes out this thread and creates the web, the lovely web designer. And then having created that web, he stays in that web. It is not that he creates it and then he remains aloof. No, the spider very much remains within that web. Likewise, the mother creates and mother also stays in her world to look after her children, and then it is her duty to take it back and put it in the hodgepodge pot. So, Sri Ramakrishna is now continuing his talk about his beloved mother. Sri Ramakrishna, Keshabadir Prati, বন্ধন আর মুক্তি দুইয়ের কর্তাই তিনি। তার মায়াতে সংসারী জীব কামিনী কাঞ্চনে বদ্ধ, আবার তার দয়া হলে মুক্ত। তিনি ভববন্ধনের বন্ধনহারিণী তারিণী। Now Sri Ramakrishna is telling that this is the top secret. Bandhan or mukti, the bondage and liberation, freedom. Duer kortai tini. She is the doer of both. She also binds her children in the spell of Maya, in the spell of delusion of the three gunas that Sri Krishna has spoken of in the 13th shloka of the 7th chapter. That she is the creator of this bondage. Bandhan or mukti dugyar kortai tini. Tar mayate samsari jeev kamini kanchane bandho. It is all the delusion created by her. It is all the magic created by her, like Sri Ramakrishna has told us in his teaching at the end of that shloka. Like the magic. She has created this delusion and bound these worldly souls in the net of Kamini, Kanchon, the lust and greed. She has tempted them and kept them busy in that. Abar, tar daya holei mukto. And again, when she pleases, when she showers her grace, huh, then there is liberation from this lust and greed. So it is she who is doing. Very naughty mother, mischievous mother. She likes to play with her children like this. She creates all this delusion, maya, and gets them trapped in the net of Kamini, Kanchon, the lust and greed. And again it is she, out of her compassion, out of her grace. She takes pity on her children who are so much dragged down, tied, and trapped in this net of lust and greed. She also liberates them. তিনি ভববন্ধনের বন্ধনহারিণী তারিণী. She is the one who traps in this bhavabandhana, the worldly bondages. She traps her children in the worldly bondages, and Tarini, she also saves them from it. That is the beauty of our Ma. এই বলিয়া গন্ধর্ব নিন্দিত কণ্ঠে রামপ্রসাদের গান গাইতেছেন. And with that, having said this, Sri Ramakrishna now starts singing a song of Ramaprasad in the voice which is far above, far better, far superior voice than even the celestial singers, Gandharva. And Sri Ramakrishna sings, Shama ma udacho gudi, ভব সংসার বাজার মাঝে, এ যে আশা বায়ু ভরে উড়ে, বাঁধা তাহে মায়া দড়ি, কাকো গন্ডি মন্ডি গাথা, পঞ্চরাদি নানা নারী, ঘুড়ি সগুনে নির্মাণ করে, কারাগিরি বাড়াবাড়ি, বিষয়ে মেজেছে মজা, কর্কশা হয়েছে দড়ি, ঘুড়ি লক্ষের দুটা একটা কাটে, এসে দেও মা হাত চাপড়ি, প্রসাদ বলে দক্ষিণা, বাতাসে ঘুড়ি যাবে উড়ি, ভবসাগর সমুদ্র পারে পড়বে গিয়ে তাড়াতাড়ি. And in the voice which is far superior to even celestial singers, the gods of music, much sweeter, he is singing the song of Ramaprasad about Mother Shama, my Ma. Shama ma udacho gudi. Ma Shama is flying the kites. Udacho gudi, gudi is kite. Ma Shama is flying the kites. Bhobo Shongshar Bajar Maje. Where she is flying the kites? In the hustle bustle of the world, of these worldly activities. Bhobo Shongshar Bajar. Bhobo is the worldly activities. The hustle bustle of this worldly market. My Mother Shama is flying the kites. Eje Asha Bayu Bhore Ude. The kites, they fly with the help of what? With the winds of hope. These kites are flying on the winds of hope. Asha bayu bhore ude, bandha tahe maya dhuri. How intricate is their construction. They are all tied up by Maya string. Hmm. Kako, now flying with the help of winds of hope, and the thread that is that has tied these kites, the thread is Maya. It is created by the delusion. On this thread, the kite is with this thread, the kite is tied and soaring high in the sky of wind of hopes. That is how the kite flies. That is how the human lives fly on the wind of hopes, tied with the string of delusion, or string of Maya. Kako, Gundi Mundi Gatha. Kites, Kako, Gundi Mundi Gatha, Punjaradi Nana Nadi. The kites made of bones, nerves, and skin. All these 5 bodily elements. The kite is constructed with this. Now this kite of the flesh and bones and all these strings, intestines and all this, the muscles. The kite made of that, tied to the thread of Maya, is soaring high in the sky. Why it is soaring high? It is soaring high because of the winds of hope. Ghudi Shogune Nirman Kora. Now this particular kite, Ma has created out of her own gunas, the 3 gunas that we have seen, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Karagiri, Barabari. The 3 guna, the 5 physical elements of the body are used to make this kite, and then filled with the 3 gunas. The mother has created such an intricate and complex kite, which is tied to the string of delusion of Maya and soaring high on the winds of hope. Bishoye mejecho manja. Normally the manja, the glass powder with some kind of a binder, is attached. The thread is soaked in that manja. The manja is a preparation of powdered glass and some kind of a binding material. It is applied to the string, so that it will cut some other thread. The thread of some other kite. Okay. Now this manja is prepared of what? Normally it is prepared with the powdered glass and some glue. But our Ma, she uses the worldliness. She uses worldliness and attaches it to the string of delusion. Such a beautiful example Ram Prasad has given in this devotional song. Bishoye mejecho manja kurkusha hoyeche dodi. And with this paste of powdered glass as the delusion, she has made this string sharp and strong, so that it does not get cut so easily. The manja of worldliness, the manja of worldly temptations, with that glue, it makes the string so strong that easily it doesn't get cut on its own. It makes it strong. And the kite, it keeps on flying high above up in the sky. On the wind of hope, ঘুড়ি লক্ষ্যের দুটা একটা কাটে হেসে দেও মা হাত চাপড়ি. Among the lakhs and millions of kites, only one or two kites, they will get free, they will get cut and they will get free. And the moment it happens, the moment a kite gets free, our ma clapping her hand, oh, this fellow is liberated. She becomes so happy to see her child liberated. Now, look at Ma's. She's a magician. She has only created this string and made it strong by applying the manja of worldly temptations. She doesn't want the kites to get cut so easily. But when only one or two among the millions of kites that she is flying, when they cut and soar high beyond the winds of hope, she becomes so happy like a little girl. She starts clapping her hands and says, oh, this fellow has got liberated. প্রসাদ বলে দক্ষিণা বাতাসে ঘুড়ি যাবে উড়ি. Prasad says, with the southward wind, this kite, which has got cut, it keeps on flying directionlessly and goes beyond. Goes beyond what? Bhubosagar সমুদ্রে পারে. Goes beyond the ocean of the worldly temptations, of the worldly passions, of the worldly attachments. পড়বে গিয়ে তাড়াতাড়ি সমুদ্র পারে পড়বে গিয়ে তাড়াতাড়ি. And as it gets cut, as it gets cut, this kite immediately it goes and flies and sits ashore on the other end of the shore, which is free from all the worldliness, from all the worldly temptations, from all the worldly attachments. Swiftly it goes and settles down there. So that is what Ma does. She prepares this kite. She makes this kite using all this flesh and bone and skin and marrow and everything, and then ties this kite with the string of hope, of the string of delusion, of the string of temptations, basically, and then strengthens the string of temptations with the manja. With what? With all the worldly objects of lust and greed, and makes it so strong that it should not cut. And then she lets it go up on the winds of hope to soar high up in the sky. But while she's flying these millions of kites, one or two kites, they get cut. She allows those kites to get cut. And then seeing those two kites, three kites, just a few, one or two or three get cut, she starts clapping her hands and is so happy that, oh, from among these so many, they have escaped the net. You remember that story Thakur had told about the ever-free souls? About the example of fish that he had given? As the fisherman throws the net, the ever-free souls, they don't get caught. But then those who get caught, they start their efforts of liberation. Those are the souls. There are millions of souls who seek liberation, and then only one or two can escape from the net of fisherman. Likewise, Ram Prasad says, while mother is flying millions of kites that she has created, the delusion that she has created and get them fixed to that string. From among those millions of kites, maybe just one or two will get cut and get liberation, and they will get away from this Bhabushagar Samsar of this worldly temptations, of this worldly affairs. They will get free from them, and then very swiftly, taratari, they will go and land on the other side of the shore of that sea, which is free from all these troubles. And then they dwell in Satchidananda. It is ever blissful state. Then there is nothing but existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute. And seeing this, the mother is really happy. And then Thakur says, Tini Leela Mui, E Shongshar Tar Leela, তিনি ইচ্ছাময়ী আনন্দময়ী লক্ষ্যের মধ্যে একজনকে মুক্তি দেন তিনি লীলাময়ী she loves to play, she loves to play her divine play. এ সংসার তার লীলা, this entire creation is her wish, her play. It is all her divine play. তিনি ইচ্ছাময়ী, it is all out of her wish. She wishes, she creates, she preserves, she destroys. She creates, she binds, she wishes, she liberates. Tini Anandamoyi, she is ever blissful. She is never sad. She doesn't have, she is not bound by the three qualities to make her happy and to make her sad and to make her gloomy. No, she is full of bliss. She is Anandamoyi. Lokher moddhe ek jonke mukti den. It is all her wish. From among the lakhs, from among the millions, she will give liberation to maybe one or two. And then that fish will run away from the net and enjoy the freedom, enjoy the mukti, enjoy the bliss. So that is today's teaching that we have heard from Sri Ramakrishna in the starting of the 5th chapter with that beautiful song, and composed by Ram Prasad. And as Sri M says, Sri Thakur had sung that song. Unfortunately, I can't sing the way Thakur has sung, but we can get the gist of that song, the meaning of that song. Although Sri M has mentioned that Sri Ramakrishna's voice much sweeter than even the celestial singers, even the sweetest than the gods of music, the Gandharvas. So that is how Sri M and Keshav and all other Brahmo devotees enjoyed his song. We have just read about that song, and let us enjoy even that meaning of the song as composed by Ram Prasad. And try our best. Try our best that Ma also showers her grace on us, that maybe one or two kites will get free, and then she will start clapping, and then enjoy seeing that kite, the free kite, the cut from the thread of delusion, the cut from the bondage of Maya, the cut from the entrapment of lust and gold, and fly swiftly to the crowd and cross the ocean and land up on the other side, free from worldly affairs. Let us hope for that. Let us pray to our Ma for that, to give that liberation. ओम नमः श्री भगवते रामकृष्णाय। श्री रामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु। जय ठाकुर, जय मां, जय स्वामी जी।